Hey, you guys, welcome back to Chronicles of Life. As here, I'm here to tell you guys a little story about my first time. We did tease the other day, so I thought I'd go ahead and do mine. So let's get started. So, my story is going to be a little different from my sister's, just mainly because I'm a lesbian. And so I have two first time stories, one with female and one with a male. So we'll start off with telling about the one with the female. My girlfriend at the time, we'll call her G. Um, so we had been dating for a while. I met her in track in high school, and we had been getting, real frisky with each other for a while. I just remember we were at a track meet, and I had recently found out that I have ovarian cyst. So I couldn't run that track meet, so I was just there in support. And so the most of the time, because it was high school, I was a senior, I was about to graduate. So I was just, pretty much my best friend that came to the track meet, and we decided to get some weed and smoke. So we smoked, and my girlfriend finally finished shot put. So she came over and smoked, and then the track meet was over, and I decided to give her a ride home. I had had my license for a while, so my grandma at the time was just now letting me use the car more freely, and I just so happened to mess that up that night because so I was on my way driving her home, and we just so happened to stop and park and get into a very, heated conversation. I guess you could say there's not much I can say here, and details wise, we have to keep it pretty PG. But I will say, so we were in the car, just kind of experimenting with each other and whatnot. It was definitely experience. I didn't at first didn't want to be touched at all because I just kind of wanted to do experimenting myself, but that was no fun. So both had a experience, I guess you could say. The thing about that night that turned it into not a pleasant night is that by the time we realized what time it was like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I had like a million missed phone calls and texts from my grandmother, and I was like so stressed out on my way home because I didn't know what I was going to do. I just tried to think of what I was going to say, where I'd been. So like I pulled over like around the corner from the house, and I sat there and I cried because I was stressing out. And then I finally called my grandma. I was like, Grandma, I've been gone. I've been having a bad night because I had been going through a lot in high school, and I had been going through a lot emotionally. So she knew that I was having like a real rough time dealing with managing being in school, getting ready for college, and also trying to manage my emotions. So I called her, and I kind of used that to my advantage, her knowing that, because I used that to my advantage by lying and saying, that was the reason why I'd been out, and I had been crying the whole night, just having a teenage emotional breakdown. And cops got pulled up behind me while I'm sitting there. They follow me home. Grandparents are sitting there at the door looking just so disappointed. They thank the cops and everything, and they're sitting there like that, as what happened. And I explained it the best way I can, that no, I didn't explain it. I lied. That's right. I lied to them. I told them I was having a bad night. I was really depressed, and I just needed, I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to come home. And I was grounded for, I think, like a month still, no phone privileges for like a week because I couldn't not have phone privileges because of sports and stuff. Because they needed to have contact with me. But, it was an exciting at night. But yeah, it could have ended better. Definitely could have ended better because now I'll always remember like my first interaction with like the cops in like a negative way was like the night I had my first time with a female. So moving right along. So my first time with a male, we'll call him R. I was in college. This was a little, like almost, probably like 6 months down the line from my first time with a girl. And I was at my first real college party, because I had went to like this college program during the summer. So I'd already been to like some of their little little parties that they had, but they weren't legit college parties. So like it was like one of my first college parties I got to go to. And I was drinking. I was never really much of a drinker. I never drank in high school. I didn't start drinking till college. I was more of a pothead. So I was drinking, and I was starting to feel myself a lot, because this is like my second or third time drinking ever. And I just remember this guy from the summer program that I was in, and I was just feeling myself. I don't know what came over me and why I just started to be real flirtatious with him, and I was kind of getting real handsy and stuff. And I just remember there was a girl there that I had dated during the summer program who was getting really upset, because I had actually had plans to go back home with her that evening. But she was getting mad because of all the attention I was giving the guy. And so she ended up actually like leaving or doing something or whatever. But I just remember, talking to the guy, and I actually told him, I was like, hey, I've always wanted to try with the guy just to make sure, I'm choosing the right team. And I just came up with something, let me remind you, I am intoxicated, highly intoxicated probably. And he kept saying how he didn't want to do it if I was intoxicated. And I was like, I'm not drunk, I swear. And I know I was. To this day, I know. But I still remember I wasn't like blackout drunk, but I was intoxicated enough to make that decision. And so, yeah, we decided he was like, okay. So at first we were just going to try to do it at the party we were at. I don't know why we made that decision. It's probably because we both had roommates. I don't know. And so we were just in somebody's random room, and then somebody buzzed in on us, and we like put the clothes back on and like scrambled. It's like we didn't know what to do. We didn't even get to the part. And so then we were like walking out, because they were like, you got to go. And so we left the party, and we're walking. He was like, so what do we do? I was like, well, we can go back to my room. I was like, I see if my roommate's there. And so we went back to my dorm, and lo and behold, my roommate was not there. So we had to go at it, and it was not too bad. I just remember I was like doing little motivational chants during it, like not chants, but I was like trying to motivate him. And I was like, hey, you're doing this for all the guys, I'm trying to figure out if I want to be straight for all the guys out there. And I remember I said that mid-time, and they really gave him some motivation. And I even remember it was a song by Trina, Look Back at It. And I remember there was a part on it that I liked in the song about, I can't say it, I think it's too graphic for YouTube, but I just remember there's a part in her song, and we tried that move, and it was just a really exciting time. I actually will say I enjoyed it, but not enough to where to switch teams. I thoroughly enjoy it way better with females. But that is all. That is pretty much it. My exciting first times. Well, I thank you so much for you guys listening, and like, comment, and subscribe. And I look forward to sharing another story with you all later. See you guys. Bye.